Okay, so good morning, everyone. Hope yesterday was all right. For those that were in the live session yesterday, hope you guys were able to catch the AED, USD, and NZD setup. No one caught it. So is there anyone that was on that session? Yeah. Okay, guys. So we'll begin today by looking at the economic calendar here. So now fundamentals, which have low impact news down to around 9 a.m., where we have the mid news. ECB president, that's the Central Bank of this thing, Europe, speaking around 9 a.m. So you guys should watch out. There'll be, I don't know, maybe small liquidity. But then the main one is CPI by this thing. CPI for the month, that's by 130. Consumer price index, this is basically a measure of inflation. So you guys should watch out for this one. The forecast is 0.2%, lesser than the previous the previous one. So if we have a lesser number, then that's actually good for the economy, and then it indicates strength in the economy. So you guys should actually watch out. These are inflation figures later in the afternoon by 1:30 p.m. The rest are actually very small distinct news. So let's go to our charts and then take a look at setups we have for today. We'll start with the pairs I trade. My charts. ADUSD and NZDUSD. Okay. ADUSD. Let's take a look at ADUSD. So okay. So this was the setup on ADUSD yesterday. It actually played out. But today, let me clear my chart and let's start. We already know the bias on the 4H, which is actually bearish. But then yesterday on the 1 hour, let's see on the 4 hour if we've started seeing any candlestick formations that indicates reversals. Okay, we're just seeing these whole gradual pushes from these bullish candles. I think what we need to pay attention now is this point here on the 4H. If we see a clear break of structure to the upside, then it's actually a sign of a reversal on the 4H. But then till then, we already had this move to the downside. Price, this is our range. Price actually failed to create another lower low. So what I would like to see on ADSD is this whole break of structure here. So let's go to the 1H. Let's go to the 1H and see. So this is the zone. Yeah, if we see a break of structure to the upside, then fine. Let's see, let's analyze it from the 1H and see. So we had a break of structure to the downside, a reaction, failure to create another low, and then now we actually broke the structure to the upside. Yeah, so now for me, the bias on this 1H is actually this thing bullish. But then I would like to see a clear push to the upside first, like this kind of push, then a retest. This push now will actually break both this. It has already broken on the 1 hour, but then it's come out actually break the 4H2 you get. So it's actually indicate what strong reversals you get. So that will actually be like a very big confluence to actually shift our bias towards buys and then look for what places to buy. So that's actually what I'll be looking at on AED/USD. So for now, AED/USD, there's no clear setup. Let's wait for more price action to actually have setups. So now let's jump to NZD/USD. Okay, this was the setup on NZD/USD too. So you guys can see it actually hits TP. I'm kind of surprised you guys not catch this. And we actually spoke about this on the live yesterday. I'm coming. Let me break something down. Yeah, I told you guys, yeah, that you should watch out for what the break. The break already happened here during the live session. I told you guys to enter on the retest. Do you understand? And we had the retest and then what, straight to TP. Do you guys understand? I don't know. Were you guys not paying attention yesterday on the live? I don't know who was on the live yesterday. Ray K, were you on the live yesterday?
Yes, I was.
Did you really pay attention to NZD USD and AD USD after the session?
No, I didn't take the trade.
Okay. Anyways, I think for me, I don't know, Sha, but the week is still this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, but I think for me, this week, this will be like my best setup. Anyhow, let's see how it goes. Let's analyze NZD USD on the current price action and see what we can come up with. Let's see. So price already reacted from the 61.8 here of this range here. Do you get? So now we actually what? This is a downtrend. So what's expected is after a higher low is what? A lower low. But then let's see, do we have a clear break of structure? Do we have a candle close below here? Let me see. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, we had a body closure, but it's very small. I wouldn't really consider. I would consider it as a break here. But then if I consider that as a break, then this was a higher low. This point here was a higher. I mean, was a lower high. Do you get? So now what's expected is what a creation of another what lower low. But then price failed to do that, and then price has broken it to upside. So for me now, this is what reversal indicators. Do you get? So I would highlight this zone here. This is the point where price actually broke out. Do you understand? So this is going to be our new range. This is going to be our new range from here to wherever price was stops. I'm coming. Let me change this. So what you guys should watch out for on NZD USD, yeah, we've already seen that shift indication on the 1H. What you should wait out for now is the point where price starts what? Okay, price has gone up. The point where it starts retracing. Then once it starts retracing, yeah, once it starts retracing, what you can do is what? Drop your fib, yeah, from the beginning of the move to the top of the range. Yeah, let's change this. And then watch out for your golden ratio areas. That's your 0.5 and the 0.618. Do you understand? So that's what I'll be looking at on NZD. I actually want to see price move, push the upside more to show clear signs of this break of this structure. But honestly, on the 1H, we have started seeing what the shift, just like NZD USD. Hope you guys are following.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, and if you're basically following the market, then it's what bias is actually a bearish distance. I mean a bullish bias. So what you should look out for now is what buys, and then what you should start looking for is what entry points for those buys. Do you get? So now I'll be using my fib. I would like to see price push well and then start retracing before I actually want to take action. Then let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD. Even what we proposed yesterday on Euro USD actually happened. If you see, I actually said we're actually waiting for price to react from there and then come down here and break structure and retest. Do you understand? And I think we had that retest. We kind of had that retest. But nevertheless, let's take a look at NZD, Euro USD's current market price action. Let's look at it like this. So we had this kind of whole like push, and then I told you guys my area of significance was going to be here because this looks like the higher low. and then watch out for price to break it to the downside and then retest it. Do you understand? Price broke it and did something like a retest here, but this was pretty rough. Do you understand? And then I think now this is the whole, it's now price is coming here proper to retest. But then if I actually break it clearly, then I'll actually want to see price come and break above at this point here. Do you understand? But right now, yeah, if I see a rejection candlestick from this area here, this one here, then I might actually be looking at sells. Do you get? But then this range is very small. I really don't know how I'm going to catch sells from here, because if you catch sells from here, then it's going to be, it's supposed to be something like this, and then TP here, which will actually make this thing a very, very small RR, a 1.56. So I don't know. Let's see how the rejection candle will form. But because now this candle is a very huge bullish candle. Do you get any rejection, anything that makes this candle a bearish rejection candle, what price will have to close below this area here. And if I'm entering from around here, if I'm entering a sell from around here and my stop loss is above the candlestick and my TP is here, then it doesn't give me a nice RR. So I would like to see this candle close bullish and then another one open and then close bearish, so I can have a proper entry, maybe at the top here. And then my stop loss just above the candlestick, and then target this low here for my listing, for my TP. I don't know. Do you guys understand what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So let's take it. That's basically what I'll be looking at on. That's basically my take on Euro USD. And then on GBP USD, oh God. I don't know, but man, you guys will have to permit me to sit out on GBP USD. I really don't see anything special here. So I've basically been doing this whole stuff. I really don't understand. GBP USD is, I don't know, has never been my favorite. Maybe it's because I really don't like trading this pair, but I can't see anything inside this pair right now. So I'll be sitting it out today. So so far, what questions do you guys have? And you guys can start dropping your pairs in the comment section. Any pairs you want me to do this thing to take a look at.
Please, can you go back to the NZD USD, please, so that I can really get what you explained in it.
Okay, let's take a look at NZD USD. Let's delete this. So yeah, on NZD USD, yeah, let me take this as slow as possible. We're basically what's flowing with the market. Do you understand? Euro NZD and Euro JPY. We are basically what's flowing with the market. Do you get? So now, yeah, it's basic market structure. We had a break of structure here, which created a lower low. This was a lower high, and this was a lower low. Do you understand? Because we had what? A clear break of structure. In my market class lesson, most of you that have attended my market structure class, I used to tell you guys that, yeah, what I call a clear break of structure is when I see what? A candle close below the previous low. Do you understand? And two candlesticks close below it. So now this is what? A lower distance low here. And then this is what? A lower high. Do you understand? So now, since this was a downtrend still here, what was expected was what? For price to break this lower low to create another lower low. Do you understand? But price failed to do so. Price failed to actually even test that place. And what broke structure? Broke this lower high to the upside. Do you understand? So now, this indicates what? A shift in market structure. Do you get? Price has already started shifting on the 1H. Do you get? So now, what I would like to see is what? Price continue to the upside a bit before what starts retracing. Do you get? Let me change this to red. Before what it starts retracing. Do you get? Because it gives us that bigger range. You get? But even if it starts retracing here, what I'm going to do is what? what I'm going to do is what? Drop my Fibonacci from what? The bottom of the range to the top, where it's what? Wherever the retracement starts, and what? Watch out for my golden ratio areas. But now the golden ratio is actually what's sitting, see it here, it's actually sitting inside this point here, which for me is not really significant. But then if we have a bigger range, yeah, delete this, just this one sec. But then if we have a bigger range like this, yeah, if I have something like this, a bigger range like this before the retracement starts, then I can confidently or drop it from the bottom of the range to the top. And you see that my golden ratio is actually was sitting at this point where structure was broken. And then you can see a lot of demand zones here. See these black candlesticks here. That were demand zones. Do you get a lot of demand zones within this area? So it will actually give me what more confidence is to actually take that buy from here. Do you understand? So now, why am I looking for buys? Is the fact that price actually what broke the previous what lower high to the upside. So that indicates what bullish what markets for me. Do you understand? This was our previous lower high, and price has broken into the upside. So what will I look for? What is bias? Do you understand? Because the bias is now what's bullish. It's basically flowing with the market. Do you understand?
Yes. So basically, this market has to retrace down to 0.5 level before I can place my buy. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's safe to actually take the buy between the 0.5 and 0.6. Once price gets here, yeah, you look for what your entry criteria is, rejection candlesticks or shift in market structures. But then why it's like that is because below here it's actually what's good pricing to actually what's buy. Do you understand? It's actually a low price to actually buy. Do you get? That's why this, like if you take a look at when I start teaching the entries, I think you're a master. So when I start teaching the entries on breaks and retests, you know that you get to see that most retracements actually retrace and stop between the 0.5 and 0.6. It's the most probable place. That's why they call it the golden ratio. Do you understand? So that's one area to look at.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Okay. Good, you guys, I hear you. Someone wants to look at gold, but then let's look at Euro NZD and Euro JPY and JPY. Someone drop that first. Euro NZD. Okay, this one's already giving us bad vibes. Let's look at the 4H. This Euro NZD. On the 4H, this is actually bullish. Yeah, this is like clearly bullish. This is the range. This is the range. Okay. Let's get this. So this is the range. For me, this is the range. Let me change this to 53. Oh, this is the range, and price is still above the 0.5. So I wouldn't like to go against the 4H. But let's see. On the 1H2, I've not started seeing the shift yet. Do you understand? We have not seen the shift yet. The market is still what's consolidating. It's basically doing this whole stuff. It's not a pattern I trade, but then it's this whole diagonal stuff they call. I don't know how they trade it, but I know this is one of the formations people actually people actually look at. But I don't know how they trade it. I don't know the entries and I don't know the exits. I don't trade it. So I don't know. You can research it and see what the entry is supposed to look like. But I think it's something like when you have the break and then what's the retest, then you hop on it and what's ride it to the downside. I think that's how they do it. Or you wait for the break either at the top or the bottom of the diagonal. So that's basically it. But this trend is actually bullish on the 4H. Do you understand? Even on the 1H, is still bullish. If you look at it, we have not started seeing that shift yet. Look at the 1 hour range. It's from here to here. And we just tapped into the 0.5. We rejected from the 0.5. Yes. For now, this is what I actually want to look at. This whole stuff here. That break and that retest. That's what I actually want to look at on this pair. Then on Euro JPY, Euro JPY. I hate seeing wicks. Okay, let's pack this thing and analyze it as much as we can. So this was our previous lower high. Was price actually? Okay, we saw candle closures above there. So let's see. We had this whole movements. Yeah, it's kind of like a double top. Came down, broke structure. I wouldn't call this a retest. This is the 4H. So let's look at the 1H and see if we can see something clear. Too many shifts in market structure here. We had one here, and then it's almost immediately turned bearish. And then at the same time, it's still turned bullish. And then now it's within that range. So I don't know. Cross pairs are always tricky to trade. I don't know. I would like to actually see more price action on this pair first, because we had a shift here. This looked like a head and shoulder pattern. And then I think we are reacting from this point here, this level here. You understand? If I was supposed to take a sell from here, my exit will be from here, my TP will be here, which I wouldn't advise to take that sell. Yeah, yes. This candlestick is not even enough confirmation. I'm seeing rejections from the bottom, so let's see. Okay, let's go to gold. Someone said gold. Okay, this setup I explained yesterday on gold actually happened too. Who was the person that said I should look at gold yesterday that explained this whole thing? It actually happened yesterday. So rejections from the 0.618 and then the flows to the downside. So we have basically created another distance, another range. We've created a lower low. Yeah. So now this is our range from here to here. And price just got into the 0.5. Do you get? Let me change this to golden ratio start. So you can see where the 0.6 is. The 0.6 is actually around this area. So I would actually like to see price get into there and then start rejecting before actually what I want to enter. Is as simple as that. Code is actually simple today. I actually want to look at this critically, yeah? Let me delete this. Let's look at this critically. Something like this. Break of structure, small retracement, push, small retracement, push, and then we now have that retracement and then break of structure. So that's where the confusion is coming in right now. It's kind of looking like we've already started shifting. But yeah, two things you can pay attention to. First of all, is watch how the rejection at this point is going to be at this 0.618 is going to be. If you don't see clear rejections, do you understand? And you see price starts retracing, price starts making very small movements, yeah, and retraces down to this area. This is another place you can pay attention to, this level here, because this was the place that originated the move that actually broke this small minor structure on this side. This whole place on this side here, this whole area. Do you understand? So this is a level you can watch out for. So two things, watch how price behaves around this golden ratio side, around this point here. If you see clear rejection candles, then you can enter the sell from there and ride it maybe to this point here, because this point looks very probable for price to react from. You can enter the sell from around there, wait for the rejection candle, or you can enter aggressively and put your entry at this thing. You can enter aggressively at the 0.61 and put your stop loss at above the 0.7. Do you understand? That's one way you can enter it and ride it down here. Do you get to this point? So that's one way you can look at it. Those are the two ways you can actually look at it. This area here, I'm highlighting this because this level actually, it shows this is actually a demand level, and it's actually the level that actually broke not this high, not only this high, but then this high also, this small high also. So I think it's actually a strong level. So you guys should pay attention to it like this. This is actually my take on gold. Hope you guys understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Any other question? Okay. In the absence of any other question, I'd like to end the session here. With the same words I end every session. Always keep an open mind with the charts. What you should be rigid with is not your analysis. Your rigidity should come with your what? Trade management, your stop loss, your risk management, and your breaking and your this thing, taking off partials. That's under your trade management, taking off partials, and your moving your stop loss to break even. Always protect your capital at all costs. Do you understand? It doesn't mean you should not risk. And taking risk or using risk management is not by risking 2% per trade. Accept that whatever happens to that 2%, you're okay with it. Do you understand? You're basically paying that 2% to see what the trade will turn out to be. Do you understand? And then don't say, okay, I've been risking 2%, and then you see this one trade and you say, I'm going to risk 1% because I feel the trade will not work or it might not work. If you feel the trade will not work, then don't take it at all. Sit it out. Do you understand? This market is not something to come and be gambling your money on top trades that you feel might not work. Do you get? So if you're risking 2%, continue risking 2%. Do you get? In that way, after a series of trades with your trusted strategy, you actually be profitable. Do you understand? But once you keep fluctuating between your risk management, that's when the numbers don't add up. You get to see that you lose big on losing trades, and then you come and risk small. When you risk small, you now have a win, but then the win is not enough to actually cover up for the loss you had because you risked very little. So it's a numbers game. Always pay attention to these numbers. Do you guys understand? Hope you guys are following.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do.
Good. So I wish you all a very peaceful day. And see you guys tomorrow. You guys should take care of yourselves.
Best wishes.
Yeah, no worries.